Okay, joined by famed Cutman Rasss Anber, who will be working the corner for Olександра Usyk this weekend in London. How are you, Russ?
I'm good, thank you.
And one question I wanted to ask you. You've worked with some of the best fighters on the planet. Where does Usyk rank among all those great fighters you've worked with?
Right up there. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if I had to think of in my career, he's going to be up there, in the top three, perhaps, of greatest fighters I've worked with. Him, Loma, Roy. That's yeah, exactly. So he certainly is a generational great, and he deserves everything he gets. He's not somebody who's gotten by on being all sizzle and no steak. He's been all steak.
Fantastic. Yeah. What are you expecting? What are you expecting on Saturday? Are you expecting a much different fight to the first time they met?
I'm not sure what it's going to mean by different. I think I'm going to expect a different Dubois.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for.
Yeah, I think a Dubois that maybe has a little more confidence now. He's minded, like he has that win. And it's incredible how you take an L. And this always bothers me. Fighters are so worried about a loss, but he took that L and turned it into an opportunity to become champion of the world. And that's what fighters need to realize. It's not about losing, it's how you lose and what you do when you come back after the loss. And Dubois did that, and I got to give him full credit. I don't even know if his own team believed he would do what he did, and he pulled it off, which gave them renewed hope as well. And then the win over Anthony was huge for him, So if that didn't give a guy confidence, there's nothing going to give you confidence, So I think we're going to see a different Daniel Dubois, but I think we're going to see an Usyk who does the same thing over and over again. He's like Secretariat, he just keeps running, he runs horses into the ground. No matter how much they try and stay with him, he just puts you into a pace that you don't want to be in. And that's been his calling card his whole career, and I don't think that's going to change Saturday night.
Obviously, there's been some changes in the backroom staff of Usyk. Do you think that will have any effect on the fight on Saturday?
I don't know enough of the details that went on because I don't think that there was any malicious goings on or fights or whatever. So I think everything was amicable, whatever changes took place. So no, I don't think it's going to be an issue in the fight, no.
It seems very relaxed.
And our corner is still the same, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I suppose so. Technically, it's all the same. Were you surprised by how well Daniel did in his 3 fights after Usyk?
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. And with a big surge of confidence as well. So especially the Joshua fight, I think that was huge for him.
Final question. There's been a lot of talk from the Dubois team about Usyk's age, trying to use that as a reason to maybe bring down his confidence. How long do you think he's got left?
I don't know how long he's got left, but whenever I talk about age of a fighter, you can always say the number, 38, you say a number. But to me, there are fighters that are in their late 20s that age, you know what I mean? And you see it in their fights, right? You see them, they're not as quick. They don't do things the same way they did. They don't throw as many punches as they did. Their output isn't the same. Then you see a fighter aging before your eyes. I don't think there's been any indication whatsoever from Usyk that he is aging or showing any age in the ring. In fact, to me, there was a rejuvenation. If you look at the fight with the second fight with Fury, was even a more dominant performance than the first one. He looked even better the second one. So none of his fights has indicated that age is an issue. So they really should. If I'm fighting Usyk, that's not a thing I'm worried about, is that, he's old, because he's not old.
Rasss Anber, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.